Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the newsbeat presented to you by Ladies Like and Survivor. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. Uganda's limited health workers have immensely affected its health sector. In addition to its scarce health personnel leaving the country for greener pastures, poor and irregular pay has contributed to fatigue and absenteeism among health workers and doctors, which has consequently affected medical services at the health centers.
Following an investigation by Uganda's Health Monitoring Unit, President Museveni ordered the sacking of 9 of 10 health workers at Nakauka Health Center 3 in Wakiso district after the monetary body had received complaints of absenteeism and poor service delivery from the local residents, including the appalling conditions of the health center and poor handling of the patients.
2 officials in charge of Kachera and Chema Center 3 were dismissed for neglect of duty, along with 3 nursing assistants from Kabuoko Health Center 3.
1 storekeeper at the health center was also expelled. Incidentally, all the dismissed staff were implicated in stealing government drugs for resale.
President Museveni directed the Health Center Service Commission to send a new team to the health center immediately and asked for the culprits to be handled appropriately. Army medics were then deployed at the health center to offer their medical services temporarily.
Protests also broke out in Busowa town in Bujiri district over poor service delivery, as there is no functional latrine at the town's health center to facility.
Although Uganda's medical store's inability to provide adequate drugs has been a major setback, the poorly managed record system in most health centers have not been on track.
However, the outdated system of keeping medical records on pen and paper is to be replaced by a digital network which is more reliable and safer.
This will provide reliable drug tracking from reception to distribution and counter the problem of drug stocks running out and chronic corruption.
The system called RX Solutions is already in use in 42 districts in Uganda, and in 5 years, the Ugandan government intends to have electronic records in all its health centers. The African National Congress's domination of South African politics was for the first time severely tested in the country's recently concluded municipal elections, which were hotly contested. The ruling party saw its support base dwindle in most of the Rainbow country's urban areas and lost control of its traditional strongholds like Nelson Mandela Bay and Pretoria. The ANC's support is declining as older voters who lived under minority white oppression are replaced by the country's young voters who are more concerned about the economic state of the nation. Many urban ANC supporters have been increasingly dissatisfied with the party's direction as one of Africa's biggest and most productive economies edges towards recession. This is one of the reasons why many young ANC voters stayed home for this election. The low turnout of ANC supporters in the ruling party's traditional support bases has allowed the main opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, to enjoy a political renaissance. The party, which stems from the liberal white progressive party that campaigned against segregation in the apartheid era, was dismissed by the ANC as a party of white leaders and black stooges at the rear, even though it elected Mr. Musi Miyamane as the party's first black leader last year. On the other hand, the ANC leader President Jacob Zuma has been at the center of the party's diminishing dominance as it continues to struggle with political scandals, internal squabbles and poor governance. In April this year, President Jacob Zuma survived impeachment after ignoring a constitutional court order to refund $16 million to the government, which he had spent on renovating his private apartment. Under President Zuma, the party has become less known for the country's liberation and more for its corruption. And although it's still unrivaled in the countryside, internal squabbles could bring it to self-destruction, as local feuding and political infighting are rampant, like in KwaZulu-Natal province, where 12 councillors have been killed in the last 2 months of election violence. Many ANC officials are openly distancing themselves from President Zuma and his brand of politics, and after losing some cities to the opposition, the government will need a coalition to enforce its policies. South Africa's growing black middle class has handed the ANC its worst electoral performance, as they are now continuously voting on social and economic issues other than race. Internet fraud has become one of the biggest crimes in the world. Our reporter MC Loy is here with the full report.
The battle against cybercrime is now in Africa. Africa Interpol arrested a man in Port Harcourt in Nigeria. The 40-year-old man, who is known only as Mike, was behind thousands of online scams of every type. His operations used malware to take over systems and steal from business and run romance scams. There were 2 main scams run by the 40-year, one of which was payment diversion fraud, where a supplier's email would be hijacked and buyers would pay into the criminal's account. CEO fraud was the second type of scam he used, where once an executive's email was compromised, The criminal would use it to request a wire transfer from the employee in charge of payment matters. Once target lost over $15 million. Altogether, Nigeria lost $450 million every year due to computer and internet fraud. But the losses were not only in Nigeria. Mike had that network reaching from Australia to South Africa, Thailand, India and Malaysia, and even the US, Canada and Romania. The suspect was arrested with an accomplice on charges of obtaining money under false pretense. They are currently on bail pending investigations into the charges of fraud committed in these nations. I'm MC Loy, reporting for Newsbeat.
Thank you, MC Loy, for that report. Protests are raging in Ethiopia. 100 people dead in the region of Oromia and Amhara. Regions don't feel they receive the same treatment. Some have been left behind by the central government. Protesters have taken to the street, fighting oppression and marginalization, and the release of opposition activists. People took to the protests, only to be repressed by live bullets. Security forces opting for excessive force. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon expressed concern, but death in Oromia and Amhara has only begun. Human rights violation blatantly common. Protests have been labeled illegal, even those inciting violence in the capital. When power is under attack, power must find a way to strike back. Propaganda is a tool, and who controls the media makes the fool. Now the government is accusing the diaspora of pulling the strings of the protests in Ethiopia. That was the news of the beat. Next week will be another hit. Still Ladies Like and Survivor. Reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.